having a feeling of peace is very important when it comes to the choice of a spouse. It's something that cannot be overemphasized. Conflicts do not suddenly arise in relationships. Most times, we would have gotten warnings, signs even before we step into that particular relationship. Many just chose to ignore the uncomfortable feelings or restlessness they experience and focus on the other things. Even if you feel love, acceptance and have a kind of connection with that person, but your peace of mind is missing, you should know that the person is not the right one for you and refuse to get carried away by the other things. Sometimes our heart knows things that even our brains cannot process. And it makes sense, especially as believers. You know the Holy Spirit resides inside you, and therefore He will guide your decisions, and one way the Holy Spirit gives His approval is by granting you the peace of mind. Even when things do not look right or there are challenges, having peace is a sign that you're still on the right path. Whenever you're with the right person, the one meant for you, you will not experience anxiety or fear of any kind. You're secured knowing that this person is for you. Moreover, their actions and the things you see about the person are things that will keep your mind at rest. In essence, you do not have to be bothered if they'll be faithful to you or not, if something will go wrong along the way, or if they love you as they profess. You feel totally at peace with the one that is meant for you. Love is a very powerful force, and sometimes it's very difficult to explain what it really means to have feelings of love towards a person, especially with the way that the word is being used in this dispensation. Love is not infatuation and should not be mistaken for mere feelings that could easily be turned off. The Bible gives us the standard when it comes to love, as shown by God when He sacrificed His only Son for our sake. And the book of 1 Corinthians explicitly explains and gives us the attributes and characteristics of love. Love is giving and forgiving. It means bearing and enduring. It includes sacrifice and acting out the golden rule. Do you experience any of these feelings when you're with a particular person? Do you feel there's no length you cannot go for them as long as it is within your power and commandment of God? Do you feel protective of them? Do you want to just make them happy and see them smile? Are you ready to forgive them if they offend you? These are true feelings of love, and it indicates that you're with the right person. However, we know that the Bible instructs us to be like this with everyone, and so we will not ignore the tiny stirrings within your belly, the increase in your pulse when you see or are with that person, the euphoria or the sense of accomplishment you have whenever you're together. These are also important feelings that should not be ignored. You should be able to experience some kind of romance with the one that you love and will spend the rest of your life knowing it would not be a formal affair. However, it's important to empathize that you do not base your decisions on mere feelings alone, and also to subject it to time in order to confirm, if needed, what you feel is real love or just mere infatuation. Nonetheless, you must experience feelings of love when you are with the right person for you. It's a very important factor in a relationship and will determine many other actions and activities that go on within the relationship. Love has different types. The philia love that is shared between friends, erotic love that is expressed between people in a romantic relationship, and agape love, which is the kind of love that the Bible preaches and will stand the test of time. When you find someone whom you experience love on all levels, then that is the one for you. There is a sense of rightness in being with them, and a bond is formed between the both of you automatically. Sometimes it starts with a form of attraction, perhaps to the way they talk, their stance, grace, heart or intelligence. It might equally be the physical features or the way that they make you feel whenever you're around them. Sometimes you might not even be able to actually state what it is about them that draws you to them, but there will definitely be a kind of connection when you're with the right person. Don't be mistaken though, it might not happen at the first or initial meeting. Only few people experience this kind of love at first sight or have this level of connection at the very first. The bond you feel with the right person could take some time to develop, building up slowly but surely, and you would not be able to deny or resist your attraction to them in the long run. When you experience this kind of a bond with anybody, you should know that you have found the right one. However, it's important to put that attraction to the test of time. Many can almost swear that they felt something for a particular person when they met at the beginning, but within a short while, those feelings sizzle out and die. But with the right person, the connection persists, and rather than becoming weak, it only becomes strengthened with time. And people can connect on different levels. You can connect with a person on an intellectual level, where it becomes easy for you to share your thoughts and have discussions on the same intellectual plane. Some people connect on a spiritual level and can flow together when it comes to spiritual matters. It's important that you connect with your spouse on all of these levels, but very importantly, there must be a connection on the spiritual and the emotional level. Something that binds your heart together and keeps the both of you in a connection. Because if there is no connection, there might as well not be a relationship. So this is one of the very first things that you should feel when you meet the right person for you. Acceptance is something that many people look out for whenever and wherever they find themselves, and it can be automatically felt. Although many people stay in places where they're not accepted and try to act as though they belong, they can tell if someone accepts them or not. It will be seen and noticed in the verbal and non-verbal communications, the body language and other things. When someone is right for you, you must be able to feel acceptance coming from them. It's not just in words, it will be evident in the way that the person treats you and makes you feel. It'll be obvious in the things they say about you, whether in your presence or your absence. The person you want to spend the rest of your life with, that is, the right one for you, must be someone with whom you do not have to pretend or act up in order to feel among. Instead, you feel at home and very confident with them. As a matter of fact, this is one of the very attributes that will draw you close to that person or make you attracted to them, because you're free to be yourself around them, knowing that they love and accept you anyway. The truth is that we all have flaws and weaknesses that we would all like to hide away from the world in order to feel accepted. But the right person will see these flaws and would not flinch. If anything, they encourage you to be yourself wherever you find yourself and are ready to pull their weight to support you in whatever endeavor you take. This is very important in any relationship, knowing that you cannot pretend all your life, and if there is no acceptance of your person from the very start, the relationship could end up crumbling later in future. Something you should avoid early on. We meet certain people and suddenly everything just adds up in our life. It's like finding the missing part of a puzzle, and that is the kind of feeling you get when you are with the right person. They make your life complete in different ways by complimenting you and making things work out for you. You're able to do more and become a better person, a better version of yourself whenever you are with that person. A sense of feeling of completeness is one of those things that you will experience with your true partner.